All right, Myles Garrett, a little upset with Mason-Rudolph, and now Mike Tomlin gets into the action. What do you think?
I mean, if you're going to prompt this type of reaction from Mike Tomlin, then I'm starting to wonder, because Mike Tomlin does not go to television to get his message across. He's out there on ESPN challenging an ESPN story when he's talking to Stephen A. Smith.
Right.
And Mike Tomlin, who is black, has absolutely, positively hitched his wagon to Mason-Rudolph.
Even though Mason may not even be on the team next year.
Well, exactly. It's not like he's defending T.J. Watt or Roethlisberger or some star. He's defending a guy who he demoted behind Devlin Hodges after Roethlisberger was out. But here's Mike Tomlin, an established Super Bowl winning NFL head coach who happens to be one of the few black head coaches in the league, sticking up vehemently, challenging Myles Garrett. Now, he said in his interview, I was listening to him, he says, I'm not here necessarily to dump on, well, he didn't use the word dump, but dump on Garrett, as opposed to I'm here to support Mason-Rudolph. Well, when you're supporting Mason-Rudolph, you're challenging the veracity of what Myles Garrett said.
Well, what do you think, Myles?
It's that simple.
Let's play both sides of the fence here. Let's say Rudolph might have said, let's say Rudolph did say what is alleged here. Is the day after Myles Garrett gets reinstated, should he be talking about that, or is that part of the deal that you may as well come true with the facts?
Les, I said this on the radio show on WTAM. I didn't think he should. And then I had a caller say, hey, Dennis, you're always one who says you want athletes to be transparent. I do. But there's a difference between being transparent and being reckless. He didn't need to do that. He could still be transparent about a lot of other things. Dinosaurs, jazz, artwork, sacking the quarterbacks. Keep your mouth, keep it closed in that matter. Because here's the thing, Les. You just got reinstated to your livelihood, and you could potentially make, because of that reinstatement, I mean, you never knew what was going to happen.
It could be another $50 million.
If he had maimed Mason-Rudolph with that helmet, he may never have played another down. So he's reinstated to potentially make $50 to $100 million more in his career. And he celebrates it by doubling down on this. I mean, and here's the other thing. Myles, when it happened, and you said what you said in the hearing, and then you got suspended, and nothing came of it from the league, what makes you think that now that you say it again, the league is going to go, you know what, Myles, you're right. On second thought, Mason-Rudolph did say what you said he did, and here's the tape.
Let me just go into this this drawer here in my desk, and let me pull out the tape.
Yeah, they're not gonna go against what they originally said, which is there's no evidence.
Let's see what Myles Garrett had to say on ESPN regarding the situation with Mason-Rudolph. Here you go. Most quarterbacks wear mics on their helmets. He somehow lost his helmet and had to get another one without a mic. There were guys there who were mic'd near me, near us during that time, who didn't hear anything. And from what I've heard, they've been audio during that. There had been audio during that game, and could have heard what was actually said, or they could not have heard what was actually said. Something was afraid, or someone was afraid, and whether that NFL wants to acknowledge it, that's up to them. I got to believe that if they didn't remove the microphones before this happened on purpose.
The NFL says they shut the mics off once the snap occurs or whatever.
Right.
But here's the point, though. You're Myles Garrett. You've just been reinstated by the league that is responsible for your livelihood.
Correct.
And your potential earnings for generations to come. And you then say that that league is conspiratorial and is hiding something that would back your claim.
Let's see what Mason-Rudolph had to say in response to that. Here you go. Bold-faced lie. I did not, have not, and wouldn't utter a racial slur. This is disgusting, and it's an attempt to assassinate my character.
Hey, listen, Les, if it were just Myles versus Rudolph, that's one thing. But now that Mike Tomlin is full-blown into this, okay, he is defending Rudolph. So it might as well be Myles versus Rudolph and Tomlin.
He's defending his third-string quarterback.
Right, and Tomlin is saying, this will not stand while I'm the coach. He's claiming he has people that he knows on the Browns who said nothing of a racial epithet uttered. He said he was on the field and talked to people and never once did a racial epithet come up in the conversations that he had. So again, if Mike Tomlin, who has a lot of credibility, is willing to go to these lengths to defend Mason Rudolph, I start to wonder exactly what's going on.